Ever tried to juggle social media accounts like a circus performer with flaming torches, only to have them all come crashing down in a blaze of no likes, no shares, and no engagement? Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the social marketing circus, where the stakes are high and the rewards are even higher. Picture yourself standing in the center ring, spotlight glaring, audience waiting with bated breath. You've got your Facebooks, your Twitters, your Instagrams all ablaze with potential. But then, disaster! The torches tumble, your audience gasps, and your likes, shares, and comments go up in smoke. Why, you ask? Well, maybe you didn't know your audience as well as you thought. Or perhaps your content was as engaging as watching paint dry. Or could it be that you posted at the wrong time when everyone was busy watching the latest cat video? In the social marketing circus, understanding your audience, creating engaging content, and timing your posts correctly are the keys to a great performance. So if you're feeling like a clown in the social media circus, don't worry. We've all been there. Now, let's dive into the wild west of social media campaigns. Some are like a smooth-talking cowboy, others, well, they're more like a tumbleweed rolling aimlessly across the desert. Picture this, folks. On one side of town, we have the Sheriff of Shareability, a campaign so slick, it had followers faster than a rattlesnake on a hot day. This campaign harnessed the power of user-generated content, turning each follower into a deputy armed with the power of sharing. By engaging their audience, they created a community, a sense of belonging, and let me tell you, nothing spreads faster than a sense of belonging in the wild, wild west of social media. They hit the bullseye with their strategy, creating a buzz louder than a saloon on a Saturday night. They knew their audience, they knew their product, and by golly, they knew how to create a compelling narrative that had folks hooked line, sinker, and hashtag. Now contrast that with the outlaw of obscurity. This campaign was about as effective as a one-legged man in a butt-kicking contest. The biggest mistake? They were firing off posts like a six-shooter with no aim, no strategy. They were all hat and no cattle, churning out content with no relevance or connection to their audience. It was like trying to herd cats with a harmonica. Where the sheriff succeeded, the outlaw failed. They didn't engage their audience, they didn't harness the power of shareability, and they certainly didn't create a compelling narrative. It was tumbleweeds and crickets, folks, a ghost town of a campaign. So, what's the lesson here, partners? Well, it's not about firing off the most posts or having the flashiest content. It's about knowing your audience, engaging them, and creating a narrative they want to be a part of. It's about strategy, about hitting the right target, and not just firing off into the wild blue yonder. Remember, in the wild west of social media, it's not about the fastest draw, but about hitting the right target. Surviving in the social media wilderness doesn't require a compass or a Swiss Army knife, but it does require some savvy strategies. You see, it's like this. Social media is a bit like a jungle gym, full of opportunities for fun and frolic, but also riddled with potential pitfalls. First off, you need to understand the beast, the algorithm. Algorithms are like the invisible puppet masters of social media. They decide what content gets seen and by whom. It's like trying to impress the bouncer at an exclusive club. You've got to know what they like and what they don't and tailor your content accordingly. Next up, analytics. They're like your trusty binoculars in the wilderness, showing you where you're succeeding, where you're falling short, and where you can improve. They give you a bird's eye view of your audience's behavior, preferences, and engagement patterns. It's like being able to read the footprints of your followers. Now let's talk about content. It's the bread and butter of your social media survival kit. But here's the secret. It's not just about posting pretty pictures or clever captions. It's about creating engaging and interactive content. Think of it as setting up a campfire in the wilderness. It's not just about the fire. It's about the stories you tell, the songs you sing, and the marshmallows you roast. That's what keeps people coming back for more. Lastly, never forget the golden rule of social media survival. Always be ready to adapt. Social media is a constantly changing landscape, just like the wilderness. You've got to be ready to switch up your strategies and tactics at a moment's notice. It's like being a chameleon, always ready to change your colors to suit the environment. So grab your social media survival kit and get ready to conquer the wilderness. And remember, don't feed the trolls.